There is likely a structure on your wall right now that looks like a problem waiting to be scraped off. It is a rough, tubular cluster of dried mud, often the size of a thumb, pressed against your porch or tucked under the eaves. Before you reach for a spatula to remove it, look closer at what is happening inside. This small patch of mud represents an ancient biological process that many naturalists now choose to leave undisturbed once they see the results. The architect of this structure is the blue mud dauber. This solitary wasp is found across nearly every region of North America, where it builds these nurseries on the undersides of houses, barns, and bridges. Unlike yellow jackets or hornets, the mud dauber does not have a colony to defend or a queen to protect. Because she lives and hunts alone, she lacks the social structure that triggers the collective aggression typical of more feared wasp species. Entomologists who study these wasps report that provoking one into stinging requires deliberate, sustained effort. You can stand directly beside an active nest and watch her work without realistic risk. She is focused entirely on her task. That task has nothing to do with humans. Instead, it is a hyper-focused, lethal mission directed at other inhabitants of your property. Her mission takes her into the dark, hidden crevices of the yard, the wall gaps and garage corners where sunlight rarely reaches. The blue mud dauber is a spider hunter that shows a documented preference for one species in particular. She actively seeks out black widow spiders. This diagram shows the spider's nervous system and the specific node where the wasp delivers her sting. The venom does not kill. It is precisely targeted to sever motor control while leaving vital organ functions intact. As the spider's internal systems continue to pulse, its limbs enter a locked, static state. It remains alive but immobile, held in a period of enforced stillness. Because the spider is paralyzed rather than dead, its tissues stay fresh for weeks. The wasp uses the spider's own metabolism to preserve the meat until her offspring are ready to eat. By removing the black widow and keeping it alive in a state of paralysis, the wasp secures a high-protein food source for her young that will not spoil. The wasp carries the paralyzed spider back to the mud nest on your wall and pushes it inside one of the hollow tubes. She repeats this process many times, packing spider after spider into the chamber. Each one is stored alive, preserved until the tube is full. Once the pantry is stocked, she lays a single egg on top of the last spider. She then seals the entrance with a plug of fresh mud and moves on to build the next tube. When the egg hatches, the larva finds itself in a sealed room with a living stockpile. It consumes the spiders one by one, eating from the freshest catch to the oldest. After finishing its meal, the larva transforms inside the clay cell. Weeks later, a fully formed adult wasp chews through the mud seal and flies out into the world. This unremarkable patch of dirt is a biological vault, a specialized storage and incubation system that has remained functionally unchanged for over 100 million years. The impact of this process is often only revealed long after the wasps have gone, when someone opens an old vacated nest. Inside the cracked tubes, dozens of dried black widows often tumble out. Their red markings are frequently still vivid, showing the exact volume of spiders the wasp cleared from the nearby area. This collection serves as a historical record of the dangerous spider population that was living in the cracks and corners of your home. No chemical spray reaches those deep crevices as reliably as she does, and no human trap can replicate her hunting precision. She does not just kill the spiders, she removes them from your environment entirely. This archive is evidence of a targeted biological pest control system that operates continuously and for free on the walls of millions of homes. To decide what to do with a nest on your wall, you only need to determine if it is currently active. An active nest will have a wasp coming and going with mud or spiders. If you see this, leave the structure alone. Her work is temporary. She will finish her nursery within a single season and will not return to the same nest next year. Abandoned nests can be left as winter habitats for other beneficial insects. If the location is a problem, you can safely remove the dry mud in late autumn once the season has ended. What you should not do is destroy an active nest. Doing so ends a free defense system that protects your family from the very spiders that represent a genuine medical risk. The mud nest on your wall is not a problem to be solved, but a solution to a spider problem you may not have known you had. It is the work of a silent architect, providing a service that human methods can rarely match.